they can't keep their composure in the game. Recently, these games zenye walihitaji kuwin, every time they go ahead, unapata the opponent team Mara Sugar wana equalize. So it's something also to do with just composure in the 90 minutes. Tunasemanga game ni 90.
True.
So I feel like your game a lot can happen in those 90 minutes. A lot can happen. It's just a loss of ile concentration, because you can't go ahead 3 times. No drop.
True.
No. In that situation, it was for me, I'll say it's like it was poor for them, and in the manner in which they conceded, because they score and then they concede. I feel like that was like a let off for Kakamega Homeboys. So I don't know like what's happening to them, considering how they have started the league very strongly.
True.
They were one of the teams to watch as far as title race is concerned. They have been one of the popular teams in the country. So I feel like it's a drop for them, consider with this game. Yeah.
Definitely it is. And if you're following us, dear viewers, we are live on our Facebook page, that is at EBN TV. So make a point of following us, and also jotting down your comment section about what you feel about this particular game, especially in the Pesa Premier League that we are talking about right now. So go down there on the Facebook page. This broadcast is very much live. Add a comment there, share the link and the broadcast, and we'll be happy now to read your comments as we go on. Now, in the meantime, Tusker also managed a draw against Posta Rangers. Tusker is a team that maybe, from the name itself, we understand that and the history it has had in the Premier League, that it's a very strong team, right? But you get now, we understand it is not doing so well this season.
Yeah.
I think from last season, actually.
Yeah.
So what do you think about this right now? Of course, right now it sits at position 8 right now, on 28 points. I think a good number of points ahead below Gor Mahia. That's almost 12 points. And in the beginning of the season, that's one of the teams that maybe we're saying that maybe this is a season that they get to improve. But you're not seeing that it continues to be bad and bad after every game. And now at Tusker at position 8 is a very bad side.
Very bad.
Posta Rangers are not bad, especially because right now they're position 11, but still, Tusker is a team that any team should be feared to play against.
For me, Tusker, nitasema tu, it's just the inconsistency. And like, there was that time whereby we thought that wataweza ku bounce back, but I feel like it's I don't know if it's the management or it's the coaching. I don't know, because they can have their problems, let's say it's on the pitch, but I feel like whenever they start bouncing back, unapata wanashuka chini tena. And it's these teams zenye zina kama Posta Rangers ni team si ati ni team mbaya in the league right now. Tumesema hii league right now hakuna team ati tunasema sijui ni ndogo nini. Teams zote bana zina frustratiana. The top teams unapata zinakuwa frustrated na this mid-table team. So unapata for Tusker ni kama trend tu sahi. It's just like a trend. Unapata they were getting there. Walikuwa washaanza ku bounce back, but now the results it's just kicks in again. They don't get the job done. Party the wins zina deserve. And Tusker at position 8 right now, and Mali Ligi imefika sahi. Now ukiangalia now their rivals like kina FC Leopards, kina nani, kina Gor Mahia right now wako kujua wamewacha chini. Teams like Kenya Police wako na games in hand na bado wako juu yao. It's already it shows you what type of situation Tusker are in. But well, the league, that's not the nature of the league. If teams fall off, other teams are coming up. So that's the nature of. And Tusker, I don't know how they'll be able to bounce back, because now that's the situation right now.
Definitely, and it's quite sad, because I, to a point, have a soft spot for them, and see them go this way. I think it's not a good thing for the league, and I hope they're going to realize that in due time and try to come up and bring the competition that we've known them for the longest time to the top teams right now. But it's crazy that now that FC Leopards is rising, Tusker is falling. We want to see both of them up there. We want to see that stiff competition. When Tusker is up there, FC is there, Shabana is there, we see KCB and all those teams trying to make sure that they compete, and it brings about the sweetness of the league now. So Tusker, I hope they'll realize themselves before it's too late and try to bring it to come up by winning the most crucial games that they need to win to make sure that they stay atop of the league. Now, let's talk about Gor Mahia.
Yeah.
Gor Mahia, after quite some time and all the dramas off-field and on-field, finally they're back into their winning ways, and now they're competing. They sit comfortably at the top of the table, 4 points ahead of FC Leopards, who have a game in hand. That is, they won 3-0 against Sofapaka. Sofapaka team that we know is very stubborn.
Yes.
On their right foot. Yes. It's a team that is supported by Teddy. Sorry, your team was beaten mercilessly. I'm happy for you. So, yes, Gor Mahia. We are seeing the Gor Mahia that we've known for the longest time. Because if Leopards loses their game in hand, it gives them that traction to make sure that they're comfortable trying to win the games. And the new coach, Gor Mahia coach, faced a lot of criticism sometimes back when he came in because they were not, the results are not coming out as the fans expect to. And now, right now, we are seeing them now. They are very comfortable. They're winning matches. They are playing so well. The new signings that the signings that they made during the summer. Do you even call them summer? It's summer in Kenya. The signings that they made, they are performing so well. Let's talk about Gor Mahia as a whole. What do you make of Gor Mahia and how they're rising and playing each game and trying to get wins? Are we seeing a situation whereby Gor Mahia wins now the league again?
Well, no, we can't just get to that because we have now, unajua kaingi kwa 2 seasons ago, Mike, ndo tungesema hivyo. Because Gor Mahia, when they get into their zone, it's the end, Farmers League. But right now, league unapata, it's so competitive design. Unaona teams like Kakamega Homeboys, KCB pia wanajitahidi. Shabana ndio Shabana actually Shabana unaona they were their worst. I think it was last season or 2 seasons ago. But right now unaona they are getting the results, they are getting the wins. So this is not one of those seasons zenye tunasema Gor Mahia now takes it. But still Gor Mahia at their zone, and right now ukiangalia hii game tu ya Sofapaka, I guess dominance too. They dominated. As Sofapaka team ni stubborn, as you have said. Team ya Sofapaka yenye ina frustrate other teams when they decide to play and get the win, wanapata you win. But Gor Mahia pia wao they wako in form despite easy off-pitch issues zenye tumongelelea earlier. Aside from that, they were able to also get the win in the other game. I think it was against Bidco the weekend. I'm not sure, but I think nilene tulikuwa nasema game ni 90 when Bidco scored, and we were like but Saimo akasema game ni 90. Game ni 90 because najua Simoni wa Gor, and they were able to turn it around. So any team yenye right now and the changes that may happen, the signings, any team sign ka scary sana. Najua upendi ukisikia ikisemwa hivyo. I know very well you don't like it when Gor Mahia reach at that point, but still venye tu nimesema Mike, this is not one of those seasons when you just judge at Gor Mahia right now. They can now run away with it. I don't think so. I feel like right now teams have now become more and more tough to beat. So Gor Mahia, kudos to their win. Inaendeleza hiyo pressure ya top points. The goals zenye walifunga, I feel like Sofapaka they could not be able to handle the type of goals. Sana the physicality of Gor Mahia iko top na also the third goal being the penalty. So I feel like Gor Mahia right now wakifika hiyo number 1, pretty scary team. But now it's not one of those seasons because we have FC Leopards with games in hand, I think, and Kenya Police who have to play today. So that's now the competitiveness. Kudos to Gor Mahia. They have done their part to win that game. Yes,
kudos to Gor Mahia and the traction that they're creating and the distance they're creating between them and the other teams, because this is how you win the league.
Yeah.
You try to get points from each and every match that you play, especially the maximum points, you know. And they're doing a good work at that. So we're here to see what will happen in the coming days. In the meantime, let's take a very short break, and when we come back, we'll be doing more about the SportPesa Premier League, and then later on in the next hour, we'll be delving now into the English Premier League. So don't go far. Don't switch that station. We're here for you and everything sporty. Don't go far.
You are watching EBN TV, transforming your world. You are watching EBN TV, transforming your world.
Are you ready for an uplifting experience? On Your Faith Today, dive deep into the life-changing message from the Word of God. Join Reverend Felix Gavoy as he shares powerful insights that will inspire, encourage, and strengthen your faith.
It is one thing to receive a prophetic word. It is another thing altogether to see that prophetic word come to pass in your life.
But that's not all. Experience special sessions of worship that will stir your soul and draw you closer to God.
You are watching EBN TV, transforming your world.
To you, we bring you exclusive insights from the pros, bold predictions, and in-depth analysis like never seen before.
Get ready for the action, the controversy,
this is bubbled over. Montez shown red.
and the moments that define greatness. The Scoreboard, where every game is the biggest game.
You are watching EBN TV, transforming your world.
Welcome back to the show. Sorry for that. Yes, I was discussing something with my director here, so don't worry about it. Now, as we go on, and I hope you're writing something down on the broadcast on Facebook. We are very live there. So if you're watching us from the TV, jump saidia Facebook pia ucomment pale ili tuweze kujua. Ama kama uko na namba yangu nimeweka status pale, ingia pale comment pale, nitakuwa nafurahia kabisa ama namna gani. Yes, we continue now with the SportPesa Premier League as we finish up on some games that we had left behind. Another game that was played this weekend and I want us to talk about is the game pitting mbona imenduka kidogo jamani. Kariobangi Sharks against Ulinzi Stars, whereby Kariobangi Sharks won by a solitary goal to nil. Kariobangi Sharks now, let's start from Ulinzi Stars first of all. Ulinzi Stars is doing so badly this season. Like anytime I look at Ulinzi Stars, it is losing. It's on a losing point. And I'm looking at the position at the table right now. Ulinzi Stars is at for the 14th place position with only 17 points. Ulinzi Stars is doing so badly this season. You know, and for a team that has a very good budget, a team that has got a good backing, we never hear about the Stars having any problems that any other team is facing. What is wrong with the Stars?
I feel like they haven't been at their best this season. And imagine, like, after playing 19 games, because that's the majority of the games being played, they have lost 10, they have won 4, they have drawn 5. It's okay. It's a bit wanting.
Crazy statistics.
Crazy stats, yeah. And kiangalia their recent results, if I can check them, napata it's just losses. The loss yenye may happen to juzi ni against Kariobangi Sharks. The other one was walishindwa na Murang'a Seals, wanashindwa hadi na Mathare United. So unapata they have been so poor this season. It has just been very, very poor. They are going to face Bidco next, which is such a
tough game for
tough team to face. Bidco tunajua ni team inasumbua sana in the league. So for and then next Kenya Police. It's so tough. So right now ukiangalia it's fully they've been poor. It's just clear they've been very poor this season. Even Kariobangi Sharks just getting a win against them, it's just a poor team right now. This ni ile hata sijui, maybe you can say more about them, but for me I'll just say just back to back like results napata ni losses too, and especially teams kama Mathare United, I feel like Ulinzi Stars can do better there. So not getting the results, it's ni kama Wolves in the Premier League, I can say. I don't know if that's even bad to say, but ni zile one of those seasons zenye they haven't been at their best, and maybe it's one of those zenye they can go down. I don't know, but the league is pretty long, but ukiangalia how the results have come in, they have just been poor, and maybe the management can do better. Maybe some other issues off the pitch, but on the pitch, we're talking about the results here, and just losing, it's not good for them.
It's not, and I hope they don't go to the NSL, because even if I don't want them to go, 3 teams have to go anyway. So which one am I substituting? I don't think I wouldn't want it. So whatever happens here. Let us go to the next game here. That is Shabana, a team that I feel like is doing so well right now, and I'm happy because I've kept constant saying that one team I will never want to go back into the NSL is Shabana. Because it brings an aspect of vibrancy into the league, you know, with the fans and the atmospheres it brings to the stadiums, and the competition it brings when it's Shabana is on top there. So I feel so well, and I feel apart from when it plays against FC Leopards, but any other team for Shabana is a welcome thing for me, because I love Shabana. I'm not a fan. But I love the fact that it's in the top flight, you know, because we need such teams, we need such numbers when it comes to fan base, we need such competition when it comes to the playing unit and all that. So Shabana won against Bandari. Bandari, this was a tough game.
It was a tough one, by the way.
And a big one. So Shabana coming up on top of this game, what do you feel about it?
But okay, Shabana, kudos to them, you know, they have really done well this season, and they were able to win this game. But I don't know, there was like a controversy of that penalty. Was it? We are coming into that because I'm just checking it right now. So for them, it shows you how tough it is. Bandari is also a tough team. We've known them in the Premier League, so it took like that moment, you know, and it's such a big controversy by the way.
True.
Was it really a handball or so? For Shabana, it took that moment for them to like get the win, and they have really been strong this season, considering how they have come up in the league, and they've wamekuja na struggles zao pia. Wamekuja na struggles zao. There was a time they almost went down, like 2 or 3 seasons ago, but the fan base, now that's where the fan base comes in, and the vibrance in this team, like togetherness, ile venye tu Gor Mahia wanakuwa na fans vibrant, Shabana pia iko na fan base strong sana, and I feel like hiyo ni kitu yenye imewaweka going, imewaweka running, imewapea hiyo spirit ya kuget now the 3 points. Shabana it's a big team. Inafaa sasa ikuwe inafaa kwa hiyo kaliber. It's a team that now should like be competing with the kina AFCs and the Gor Mahias, and they have shown that this season. Ni venye ilifika at a level where they started dropping points, getting draws zenye walifa win, but wameweza pick up with this win. But this is a controversial one, Mike, for me. Even if they got the win, I feel like this was a controversial one. I think maybe, do you think that was a penalty? Because for me, I'm seeing it, and I don't want to say much. Yeah.
I think when it comes to the FKF Premier League or Espresso Premier League, there's an issue of not having a VAR. So sometimes, you see, these decisions happen in a split of a second, and maybe there's not enough time to go back and check and all that, and maybe there's not enough resources. So some things they go like some decisions just stand because of maybe lack of enough resources, and whether it was controversial or not, I feel like at the end of the day we need to improve on officiating. Both the referees should and the FKF should look at improving the league, the provision of things like VAR. Those ones, you know, it's very important in this time and age, you know, to have such things in a football match, and more of it, even the stadiums, you know, sometimes how the outlet, how the stadium is, how the atmosphere is, will contribute maybe to officiating and all that in the outcome of the game. So I feel like whether it was controversial or not, I feel like FKF has a lot to do. You know? I want us to talk very fast about Muranga Seals against APS Bomet, because I feel like, of course, again, community clubs, maybe. I love Muranga Seals, and I say that most of the time. So I'm happy that it got a win against APS Bomet, and maybe it gives them a chance maybe to cement their place into the league, you know, because for the longest time, for the last 2 seasons, they've been struggling. And it comes to a point when the league is almost done, they're struggling maybe to maintain the top flight. So right now, Muranga Seals, I think they're trying their best, they're doing good. Right now, as they sit at what position?
At the fourth.
Actually, at the 4th position, and I'm so happy about them, you know, and they're just a point behind Shabana FC. APS Bomet, a new team coming to the league and they're in the relegation zone. Do you think when you see a new team coming into the league and they're struggling to maintain their place in the league, do you think it's just lack of preparedness or maybe the lack of competitiveness in the NSL? What do you think about it?
I feel like, you know, teams coming from the NSL, kuingia sasa FKF, there's even if there's that major shift, I feel like Pia, the team, that's why you got promoted to the first the first tier league, that is FKF, because your quality proved, the quality of your team proved, like APS Bomet being able to get into the FKF, ilionyesha they were able, they had the quality to come into the league. Now waliweza kuwa promoted. Now I feel like kukuja now FKF pia, you know, it's a change of in a demand a lot. I feel like FKF demands a lot, not only on the pitch. I feel like also you know, management wise, finance wise, you know, doing transfers and all that. You need, even if you are able to get into the league, kuna ile pressure to where FKF demands more from teams, you know, na inahitaji zile teams zenye they are able enough, and that's now where experience comes in, from teams zenye zimeweza ku stick into the FKF for quite some time, and they have been able to withstand the pressure and all that is going on off the pitch, because there's on the pitch and off the pitch. I feel like FPS Bomet were in that situation whereby they just came into the league, and I feel like the league demands more, because not only with performances but also, you know, quality, more quality, more financial, the management also, like the management of the team, that is. So I feel like now they are falling short there, and ukiangalia now how the results come, from the teams zenye they are well established in the league, APS Bomet suffers, and I feel like Morangasil, even if pia wao wameweza ku withstand hiyo pressure, Morangasil ukiangalia position wako sahi, they have done pretty well. At the fourth spot, that's commendable for Morangasil. Against they are above like Tusker, wako above Tusker of all teams. So I feel like APS Bomet ndo wame fall short of that. That's why naonanga ni kama kikujanga from the NSL to FKF, feel like you can do more transfers, get sponsors or partnerships with the team yenye inaweza kukusponsor with the running of the club, and that's where the team thrives. As far as what FKF gives the club, I feel like also the club can do more, regenerate its own money. So I feel like that's where they're falling short, but yeah, it is what it is. We see how they will continue. But to Morangasil, it's very commendable for them. At the fourth spot right now, wako sawa. Now Morangasil pia walichapa Ulinzi Stars, and we have talking about Ulinzi Stars.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah, that's what it is, dear viewers. And to the last game that I know that is close to your heart, Kenya Police, you know, you're a fan, and you'll be playing against Bidco United today. Like you said earlier, that Bidco is a very stubborn team. It beat Gor Mahia very bad at a point this season. So we know the quality that it can have, you know. So what do you make of that game? Your Police, do you think this is an easy game for Police FC? Do you think these are they get a win, or maybe a slight fall for them?
You see, you know, for Bidco United, it's funny. It's very funny. Wazo ukiangalia mali wako in the
league, exactly. In the second last position?
Yes, wako chini, but unapata tu they'll lose games, and then there's just one game itakuja to end against like a big team na waichape tu randomly out of nowhere. So but I feel for this now for Kenya Police, they've got this covered. It's gonna be tough, considering also Kenya Police wako home, and wamekuwa, I feel Kenya Police wamekuwa pabaya, as the holders wameweza kushikilia ligi vizuri, imekuwa competitive, but against Bidco United, I don't feel like it's going to be hard for them, considering also they are from losing position. Walikuwa wamechapwa na Bandari this week on 28th of January, so they are coming in from a loss. So it demands Kenya Police inahitaji kushinda, you know, ndio waweze kuendelea kuweka hiyo pressure, because I don't think they are far off. They are not far off in the table. Juu pia wako hapo tu na the Tuskers who are not doing great, and they have games in hand. So for me, this game they really have to win. I think for me this one they have to win, because now next wanacheza return leg na Bandari wenye wamewachapa. So it's tough. It's pretty tough for Kenya Police, but now in a game ya kuweka now back to the track, and now putting pressure. But for Bidco, sasa shida ni hiyo unpredictability. They'll lose, and then just game moja itakuja tu out of nowhere, wana frustrate a big team. I don't know, but me, of course, niko nyuma ya Kenya Police. Wako home, they have to win this. They really have to win this today.
That's a fan there, Kenya Police fan, who says this is a must win for them. Of course it is, because at the end of the day we still need the pressure up there We need Gor Mahia somebody to pressurize Gor Mahia, because when you leave it only to FC Leopards, then it gives them that confidence and laxity. So there are two teams below. Yeah, we need more pressures at top of the league to make sure that the league continues being more competitive, and maybe so that people cannot just look over their shoulders and look like this is an easy thing you're going for it, you know. So yeah, with that also I want us to take a very short break. When we come back, now we'll be going straight into the English Premier League. So don't move an inch.
You are watching EBN TV, transforming your world.
We also have a couple of games, both in the. You have the results.
Just a minute.
And as you guess the minutes, please make sure you follow us on our social media platforms. That is at EBN TV on Facebook, EBN TV on YouTube, and also like the broadcast, and also write in your comments about every topic that you're tackling here today, and we'll be reading them later on as the show goes on. So Manu, do you have the results?
Yeah.
Yes.
This was EPL match week 24. These are the results. We had Brighton playing against Everton, and the game finished in a 1-1 draw. Both teams drawing against each other, and then Leeds United ilikuwa inacheza Arsenal, and the game ilisha Arsenal ikishinda 4-0 against Leeds. That was a nice game, by the way. And then Wolves versus Bournemouth, predictable one here. Bournemouth ilishinda 2-0 versus Wolves. And then I can say maybe the game of the weekend, which was Chelsea versus West Ham. And Chelsea did a big comeback. Na iliweza kushinda 3-2 yes, against West Ham, and drama huko mwisho tutaongelelea. Liverpool versus Newcastle, in which Liverpool walishinda big in a big way, 4-1 ilishinda 4-1 against Newcastle. Then Sunday matches ilikuwa Aston Villa versus Brentford, in which Brentford got the win against Aston Villa, ilisha 1-0. Yeah, and then Manchester United versus Fulham, which was the talk of the day, in which Manu ilishinda convincingly versus Fulham, and the result was 3-2. And then Nottingham Forest played against Crystal Palace, and the result was 1-1, ilisha in a draw. And then the big clash of the weekend was Tottenham Hotspur versus Manchester City, and the result was 2-2. Yeah, both teams waliweza kumaliza the game evenly, and the result was 2-2. And then today we have Sunderland versus Burnley. Itakuwa inacheza 11 p.m. East African time.
Yes, those are the results, and quite a dramatic weekend of football in the English Premier League. A lot of goals scored, and drama was not. It was also not short of drama. Yeah. Disappointments. Other quarters were very happy with how their teams performed. Others were not. I know a couple who are not happy. I included to a point. Man City. But let us start from the first game. Brighton versus Everton. A game that had promised a lot of action. If you look at both of these teams, they're teams that are very stubborn, so especially when playing against big teams. And we know what Everton, the capabilities of Everton and Brighton as a whole here. And I watched a snippet of this game, and it's a game that maybe a lot of chances were wasted in this particular game. So what do you make of this? What do you make of this game?
I feel like, and before even saying something about this game, sijui mbona like this weekend we've had a lot of late goals.
Exactly.
In the end of the match. And this was one of the games zenye ziliweza kukuwa na last minute equalizer. Everton waliweza ku-equalize.
Yeah.
courtesy of Beto, the striker for Everton, at the 7th minute of added time. Yeah, na it was a a dramatic one. Kijua boy kifungua dakika za mwisho.
Yeah.
Dramatic scenes, manze. And I feel like Brighton, for me, I felt like Brighton should have gotten the points, considering they're at home. And me, for sure, mi najuanga Brighton wakiwanga home, despite the team yenye wanachezanga, they usually win. They usually play good football. But Everton, of course, it's another team not to overlook. And feel like fair result, I guess. For Brighton, it should have been better, but I guess it was a fair result for both teams. Yeah.
Yes, and quite a good goal by Ayari. Quite a build up to that goal, that first goal by Brighton. And I was watching the game. It was a beautiful score, goal there. Leeds United against Arsenal. I know here you have a lot of things to say here. Coming from a loss for Arsenal, and now you're meeting Leeds United. Not such a, I can't say Leeds is a bad team currently, because you see it plays well. And even if you look at this game, let's be honest about this game. It was not your best game.
Yeah.
See, the goals were there, of course, but it was not your best game to play against. Like an Arsenal versus Leeds game, I expected a very good dominance and all that, but of course the goals were there, and that's what you will see from Arsenal. And this is the first time you have scored goals in a particular game in a long time.
Okay.
A lot of goals, that is.
Not in a long time, just 3 games ago. So that's
3 games a long time.
Not a long time. That's at least I think nyindo mkona hiyo experience I could go for a long time.
No, we'll be coming to that.
We'll be coming to that, no problem. But this game, not that we didn't, not a perfect performance.
Martin Zubimendi has scored, and it's Leeds 0, Arsenal 1. That's a great decision by Madueke. He looked at taking.
Starting with the Liverpool game, I think your game, I felt like we should have done better. Na kama tutapoteza ligi, of which we want, hizo ndio games zenye tutaangalia. Actually, that run of 3 games ndio kama zinaweza to cost, but I felt like we bounced back very well. Of course, game ikianza ilikuwa na pressure. Leeds we know how Leeds do to big teams.
Yeah.
Chelsea can attest to that.
Exactly.
I think Manchester United can attest to that, though mli draw. They are
Zubimendi is perfect. It can't be picked up. It's the perfect header.
I felt like
Madueke with another corner.
But
it's gone in. Darlow couldn't keep it out, and Arsenal have doubled their lead. That is all about the delivery. I mean, to bend the ball from there into that near post area, right on top of everybody, that's so difficult to do. I mean, if no one touches that, that's going in. But it just causes mayhem. Going to sink Leeds. They put so much effort into that.
They felt like that was the test. Tuliweza ku get the goals, the second goal from the set piece. Of course, we can brag about set pieces. Nothing can stop me from bragging about it.
Okay.
Yeah. When we got there, I felt like we had control of the performance. First start for Kai Havertz in a long time, by the way, from injury, and I felt like his partnership with Gyökeres was a positive one. I felt like when Odegaard amekuwa under a lot of criticism, he's not being more creative. Saka again, of course, he missed the game with a warm-up injury, but tunaweza sema those criticism like Odegaard not influential, like Gyökeres is ghosting. Saka, of course, tumeona in the past games, Saka is selfish, but niliona hii game, and I can also involve the Champions League match we played. Gyökeres akipata the service, akipata like chances, si chances zote atazibari, but akipata hizo chances more and more often, hakuna moja atakosa kufunga, and I feel like hiyo ndio Kenya anahitaji in this Arsenal team. So Havertz and Gyökeres partnership, I saw it was positive in that first half. Another thing to commend, I feel like, you know, it's just a comfortable win. Nothing much. It was just, and of course, clean sheet, you know, clean sheet on the winning side. Najua tumepata clean sheets, but tuna draw. But I think, you know, clean sheet ni heavy. It's a heavy thing, you know. David Raya kupata 3 back-to-back consecutive golden boot. Itakuwa once in a while. I feel like that's a big achievement. Na lazima ataekwa kwa hiyo conversation ya, you know, best goalkeeper the Premier League. Stop laughing because nikiongelelea clean sheets, you can't relate to that.
You know, I'm laughing because I don't think Raya is that good goalkeeper. You cannot compare Raya to the greats.
Every goalkeeper.
I think you have a good defense that protects him well. That's what I can say.
And that's now the good thing.
Yeah, but putting him among the greats in the convention of the greats, nah.
No, I'll put him there because of the saves. Kuna some outstanding saves. Kwanza the Brighton one yenye Minter ali-curve in the far corner and aliweza kuisave. Those are the moments, you know. Not only of course, you have a good defense at the front. Gabriel, Saliba, Timber and Calafiori, stroke Hinkapie. But himself, like, of course, kuna zile places zenye napatwa na where anakuwa chipped from, you know, from the long distance. But for me, I feel like anafaa kuweka kwa hizo conversations. Yeah, I know you won't agree to that. Of course, it's evident.
It is not because it's Arsenal. It's because it's the truth. They should not being an Arsenal player,
okay,
goalkeeper.
We'll see about that. But he's been commendable all season. The midfield imekuwa sawa, but I think the thing here is, you know, we got back to winning ways, and we can see the you know, your confidence and the Gyökeres sana, you know, and getting his goal, that was so huge for him because anakuanga tu under a lot of criticism, but when you give him that service, Martinelli venye aliweza kucross your ball very perfectly na Gyökeres was in the right position, aliweza kupata bao. Shout out to Gabriel Jesus, that goal was quality. Kama aliweza kuona hiyo bao, that was like icing on the cake, and big goal for him, by the way, because, you know, competition is very high for the number 9 spot. So niliona hiyo bao, I think hiyo bao ilikuwa quality. Alikuwa under pressure, you know, aliweza think mbio sana, and venye tu hiyo ball iliweza kuna venye tu ili deep na it was so quality. So all in all, overall we were able to get the 3 points in a huge way, and you know, the next game also, I think the point here is just taking every game one at a time, putting the pressure aside, because ukiangalia this time we played ahead of Man City and Aston Villa. So you can say that contributed to like pressure being off, but ukiangalia, by the way, notice zile times when we play after them, like Man City and Aston Villa, whichever the result they get, we will be under pressure. But I feel this time when we played ahead, na waliweza to get the win, and now it's comfortable. It's now over to kina Man City and Aston Villa. Na tumeona Aston Villa wali lose, Man City drew, and it's advantage. That's a huge advantage to Arsenal. Although, you know, we are 6 points clear, but yeah, we are there. Just taking one game at a time, and this league will be ours. Yeah.
About league being yours is still debatable, and because we've been here before, let's just maintain a wait and see situation. Because when it comes to Arsenal in the league, it's another conversation.
It's our year, Mike. It's our year.
No problem, but we are going to hold you into account with that by the end of the season.
I'll be here.
I hope you won't run away.
No, I won't run away.
But I would want Arsenal to win the league. I would want to see how you celebrate. I said that from the beginning of the season. I said, this is a season whereby I want Arsenal to, because I wouldn't want Man City to win the league again or Liverpool. So the only viable option is Arsenal.
Yeah.
If Manchester is not in the conversation. So I would want to see you win the league.
Ukihate sana unaweza sema Aston Villa, but
no, I don't think Arsenal can. These two games have shown me that Aston Villa cannot be in the conversation. Cannot be about the league. It is still quite far from that. And one thing I believe right now, I might be delusional in this, but I feel like there's a high possibility that Manchester will finish above Aston Villa. High possibility.
There's a way. And I get you like there about Aston Villa. Like your pressure top 4, and you remember how the season finished last season. Teams venye zilikuwa Nottingham Forest kwanza.
Exactly.
Kuna drama at the end, and I feel like your top 4 race itakuwa very huge tena this season because you guys are back. Chelsea are not falling
Liverpool is trying to catch up.
Liverpool catching up. We have Aston Villas and Man City. Man City now unajua kwa ahead like looking at the title race. So I feel like I don't know kama hii time itakuwa top 5 ama top 4 but it will be so tight. It will be so tight. Sai teams na imeanza mapema sana. We have like 14 or 13 games remaining and it is right now it's just taking one game at a time. It's so tight right now. So I feel like Man City when they get into that point, your home stretch, they don't lose a game. Or losing at a game moja. So
especially when it's almost 10 games at the end of the league, they become different animals. But do you realize Man City is only 6 points ahead of Manchester United? We're going to come to that. Let us talk about another game here. That is Wolves versus Bournemouth. It was an obvious game. I feel like it was obvious. It was obvious, and I don't think there's much to talk about that because anybody will tell you that this doesn't matter whether Bournemouth is away. Wolves is not the strongest team in the league.
Yeah, Wolves are going down.
They are definitely. So there was not much to talk about them. And because of time, I'm going to jump to the Chelsea versus West Ham game. A very dramatic game.
Drama.
I've never seen Chelsea such enthusiastic about winning with like I saw this time. I never believed Chelsea to be a team that can come back from anything because Chelsea is not a strong team as per se this season. It is either in last season too. I don't think. But there's one thing about Chelsea that you can admire about them is that they will always strive to finish in the top 4. That's one thing you can admire about them. Maybe let them not whether you think they are small team or not. Of course, I believe it's a small team. But whether you believe that or not, it's a team that will always want to be in the Champions League. I saw that last season. I saw that in the previous season. So this game here proves that they are trying so much to be in the comparison of the Champions League this season because they are sure they won't win it. So the only way to be there next season is by being in the top 4. Oh, okay, top 5. I don't think they'll be in the top 4. So let's talk about this particular game against West Ham. A strong opponent as well, West Ham. It's a London derby.
I can
give you something to laugh about.
It's supposed to be they are having the ability. I don't know if Joe Pedro also came in. I think also the changes were so positive. Fofana influenced the game. It was Joe Pedro, yes, and it was pure drama. I feel too. West Ham they were rattled. Of course, it happened.
Of course, the frustration of maybe
Adama Traore, of course.
Almost killed Pedro.
Pedro. It's ni one of those zenye unasemanga sijui it flashed before my eyes. Like Pedro so msali skuma
Kukurela was almost coming out of the team.
Kukurela ni rushwa kama unajua librusha ni kama ni rugby.
Exactly. And it was off the field.
And Adama was like he's trying to confront the linesman. And Kukurela was like in front, like toka mbele yangu bado wewe ni nani? And I feel like it was just frustration. London derby. London derby.
It was a derby, yeah.
So I feel like just frustration kicked in. You are 2-0 up and then
suddenly you're losing.
Definitely, it's understandable when you react. So I feel like Chelsea are huge, very huge. And as far as top 4 is concerned, waliweza kushinda na wao. So kama wangeshindwa na nyinyi mshinde, naona competition pia ingekuwa stiff. So huge win for Chelsea, huge win.
A huge one, and the fashion in which they won with, it's even more, makes it even more sweeter, you know. And I hope they continue doing that after we have won, because there's this broken people talk about Chelsea and Manchester United, and if you look at this, they're doing things almost equally.
Parallel.
And even the scoreline for this weekend was almost the same. But only it came in an opposite way because Manchester were leading in the first half. Chelsea were losing in the first half with the same margin, the goal margin. It's crazy, man. Let's go to the next game here. And Liverpool against Newcastle, another game that very much unexpected. The scoreline was very much unexpected for me. I didn't believe that Liverpool would come out with such a margin of win, of goals, you know, against Newcastle United. Newcastle has been quite not strong, not weak in this particular season.
This season, no.
Wamekuwa 50-50, not as consistent as they were last season. And especially in such a game whereby you're having a Liverpool here, and this is a game that you want to be a statement game for you as a Newcastle team and player. And you come out when you lose by 4-0, a Liverpool that is not that strong as per se. What can you say about Newcastle in this particular game first before you go to Liverpool?
I feel like Newcastle, first of all, they wasted their chances the first half. Even though they scored earlier, wali waste chances mingi sana. I saw the game and they had a lot of chances and they wasted them. But you know, they took the one yenye Gordon aliweza kufunga tight angle, sijui aliweza kufungaje hiyo quality. But Liverpool, I just don't know. Ekitike, I think they just missed Ekitike, you know, and venye Ekitike amerudi right now from this small injury yenye alikuwa nayo. He has been on fire. He has been on fire, manze, and we were having this conversation with you before the show started. Ekitike is one of the best signing of the season. People are looking at Gyökeres, Sesko, Watts,
Bruno,
Kunya. I feel like Ekitike hasn't ajakuwa kwa spotlight, but right now he bracing alifunga like within 2 minutes brace and then Florian Watts pia ameinuka.
Exactly.
So that's another thing. Watts ameweza kuinuka na amepata hiyo form na hiyo combination Watts Ekitike deadly kabisa. You have Salah who has returned, but we can't say kama ana influence sana, but right now it's more on kina Ekitike, kina Watts, kina Van Dijk, Konate, who has had a tough injuries and also demise. Alipoteza his father. It was so sad. So you could see even his emotion when he scored. It has been a pretty heavy 2 weeks for him. But he has been able to. That's the point here. Like the manager told him, you know, take some time off, recover from this. But Konate said, you know what, I'll play and help the team. You know, despite the injuries and all that has happened in Liverpool. And he was able to get a score. So it was so sad, but aliweza kufunga and huge for Liverpool. For Newcastle, very inconsistent, manze. Kuna times wanafunga and then kuna times zingine wana lose. So inconsistent. They are not the Newcastle of last season.
Exactly.
So feel like Liverpool just got the job done here. Na wanaendelea kuweka pressure, wanataka sasa ku make up ile time walipoteza with the bad results, you know. So I feel like Ekitike is one to watch. Ekitike is and Watts. These are players to watch, manze, because now this is like the new new regeneration of Liverpool, because now Salah will be out at the end of the season. So we have Kina Frimpong coming in. So Liverpool right now, and I think that's where the challenge has been. Trying to like click, you know, these new players with the former players. There was this interview yenye McAllister alisema and I don't remember, sijui kama unajua ilileta a lot of controversies before transfer ianze. Sijui alisema sijui the manager decided to bring in new players, sijui, I don't know, and it brought a lot of conversation, a lot of things. So but right now, seeing Liverpool bounce back, I know you don't like saying that, but it's kudos to them, and they want to make up those lost points. Right now, of course they can't win the league.
Of course they can't.
Wamepoteza points mingi sana. So maybe just to make up for top 4. They maybe need Champions League football still, so that they may attract more players. So I think they want to make up that.
Yes, that was Liverpool against Newcastle, a very tough game. Okay, not as tough per se, but tough on paper, but the outcome gave a different thing altogether. Let's go to the next game whereby Manu can make Manu smile at least. Aston Villa against Brentford. Aston Villa losing at home to Brentford. And at this juncture of the league right now, in the second leg, you are chasing now to be at least try to fight for maybe winning the league, and you're losing such a game against Brentford as Aston Villa at home. Actually, quite a loss for them.
Now, in a way in which they weren't able to like score a goal against 10 men because that red card, your red card ilikuja before the goal happened. Waliweza kufunga tu in the brink of half time, and I think it was just enough for Brentford to hold on because Aston Villa sahi unajua wame strengthen team, but do I see it as a strengthening? Because how do you make signing yenye transfer yenye na nyuma ya Aston Villa wanauza aje Malen? Waliuza Malen who has been so clinical for them, and as far as I can say, being at the position they are in right now, Malen, Rogers, and because Watkins I don't think ameshine this season. It's been more on Rogers and Malen coming off the bench. So hiyo January the transfer yenye imeni shock sana ni hiyo ya Malen, and I don't sijui ni timu gani ameenda, but it's off, ametoka Premier League. Hiyo ndio imeni shock. Now wameweza ku bring their former players like kina nani Douglas Luiz and nani the former Chelsea Tammy Abraham.
And he played there on loan once.
He played Tammy Abraham amekuwa Aston Villa before, so I feel like he's back to familiar grounds, and I don't know if that's like improvement or I don't know, we'll see, because now they're in the title race. I don't want to talk more, but they weren't able to score a 10-man Brentford, you know, and it brings joy to me as Arsenal, because now inaendelea kuweka pressure hapo mbele to them, and Brentford were able to hold on. For me, it's just a fair result, because
it works on your advantage.
Yeah, kabisa.
Let us go now to the great and glorious Manchester United, because I feel like continuing with the winning streak, the third game in a row winning streak with the two game in a row margin of 3-2, scoring in the last moments of the game. The Fudge time is back. Oh, I'm so happy about this. I am so happy about this. And you can see my radiant face. The Carrick changed my life. Now, okay, forget all that. Let's go on to the game. This is a game that had promised a lot of action, of course, because and everybody wanted to watch how Manchester played this game, because there's this story about Manchester United that they always perform in bigger games and lose to these smaller ones. I'm not saying by any chance Fulham is not a big team. I'm also not saying it's a big team. So I'm just saying these are the games that Manchester loses. In the first leg they drew. It ended in a draw against Fulham. It was the most frustrating game I watched in the beginning of the season. And Barca did us bad, and I'm happy because we repeated that yesterday. Now, coming to this game, Manchester coming from something that it was not familiar with them, from I can call them unfamiliar territories of winning against back-to-back games in that big game. So now you're having a challenge of a team that can decide to play a low block. Because see, Manchester City plays a high line, which was easy for them in their counter attack. Arsenal, we know that they're so disciplined in their defense, but sometimes they can lose themselves and try to play a high line. That's why you get an advantage. But coming to Fulham, that a team that can decide to play a low block and defend so much in a whole minute, it was a different ball game for Manchester United, and one that they came out winning gracefully. Of course, not without pressure. Because the second game from Fulham, that was a whoa. You watched that game. Did you watch that goal? I almost cried when I was watching this one. They had an Arsenal fan around, close to me, and it was crazy. So what did you make of this game before even I talk much about it?
You know, banter aside, just give credit to where credit is due, and we just have to give the Manchester United credit so far. Yeah, you know, nikiongea hivi kiburi napanda zaidi. You know, it's not acha kiburi tu ipande, najua itafika mahali tu itashuka, but right now you just have to give credit to where credit is due. True. And Carrick, you know, beating Manchester United, Manchester City, sorry, and beating Arsenal back to back, you know, that was now the focus. You know, can Carrick get back to back wins versus bigger teams? Now the next game was like, you know, against Fulham, who ulishinda kuchapa, and now this is a different system of playing. Carrick, you know, Carrick ball ni attacking. Exactly. It's attacking, vigorous attacking, and possession wise also you keep possession. This is so different from this is so different from Amorim. Manze, this is very, very different. Ni zile zenye, whenever you score, when it was Amorim, mkifunga, low block.
Exactly.
Because it was a back three.
Protecting.
Being back five, all that. Midfield, very compact. But right now, munafunga, but
still attacking. Exactly.
And the players that are there, very vigorous. Pace iko very vigorous.
Vision is amazing.
Amazing. Possession-wise, improve. You just have to give credit to Carrick. You have to be, appreciate Carrick sana. He has really changed Manchester United going forward. The goals, manze, sijui bao za Manu, hizo quality, I don't know where your quality metoka wapi. I really, out of nowhere, like the 3 games, the quality is so unmatched, manze. I think Amorim alikuwa anawakazia sana.
Exactly.
So that's another thing. Carrick is really, akiwa objective with the attack, your quality now it's being visibly seen. That Tesco goal, that turn, it's like Aguero, manze, or Haaland like. But it's one of those things. Now you are in a very, very good position. The Cunha goal, I think now that was the best goal of the 3. In that tight space, power, precision.
And from the pass, the no-look pass from Casemiro. Did you watch that pass?
No-look pass from... Yes, I saw it. I'm over-exaggerating. I'm just giving credit, because we haven't seen this all season.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can say
for
that...
quite some time, of course. Not even that,
for a long time. Getting three games in a row, wins in a row, The last time we saw that was like last year... after Mechapa Liverpool and Kohairi, that was like October or November, I don't know. But imagine from that time, give credit where credit is due. And right now Manchester United are in a very good place. The midfield, Carrick is using the players in the right way.
Exactly.
And he's using that quality. Even if Sesko anzia akiekwa bench, akitoka from the bench, impact iko very evident. Kina Cunha, Ahmad, they are doing their part. And I feel like they're in a very good position. Right now I can't talk much. I can't even banter them. That's how good they've been. I can't banter Manchester United right now. But all I can say, kiburi inapanda, kuna palitu itashuka. That's all I can leave. Yeah,
I don't think it will anytime soon, because I think right now I feel like I'm confident enough to say that we're coming for the league.
And that's where it will come down. The confidence.
Okay. Let's go to the last game because of time. My director tells me that it's almost time. We are running out of time. We cannot leave without touching on this game. I think this is one of your best weekends, I think, Manu, as a national fan. Because Manchester City dropped 2 points against Tottenham in a game that they were leading 2-0 in the first half. What is wrong with Manchester? Where is Guardiola getting things wrong right now? What is wrong with Manchester City?
Sijui kama pia pressure. Can you say it's pressure because we won? No, it's a must win for them. They're ahead. We've been in that situation. And then you just come back from 2-0 to 2-2. I think we've been in this situation. So I get it. I feel like quality, Solanke stepped up. There was a controversy kwa hiyo bao ya kwanza, hiyo the 53rd minute, kama alichapa mguu ya the City player, kama alichapa ball. There was a controversy, but it stood. But that second goal, quality, I don't know aliweza kutoaje hiyo. Solanke, where did this come from, manze?
Scorpion.
Scorpion. Bakadi naona di Premier League wanaanza kuuliza, where does this rate among the past Scorpion kicks goal, But I think Man City, for me, maybe pressure. But, bringing in Gueye, having Semenyo is doing his part and score goals. But I think this game for Tottenham, they saw it in a different way, and they were in a bad position. Losses after loss after loss. So getting a draw last weekend, And then, of course, this one is a draw, but they can take it positively because now they were able to come back from 2-0 to 2-2.
Yeah.
Now, kiangalia now the games that are coming. I think the next game is Manchester United. Yeah. So you see, it's now pressure on them. Spurs also, they haven't had a good start. They are calling for the manager to be sacked, Thomas Frank, already. Out of nowhere. Wanaanza kusema kwani Thomas Frank is like a fake Arsenal and I try to sabotage Tottenham in the name of because there was that time alikuwa ameshika kikombe ya Arsenal. Ilikuwa when there was that, do you remember that time? And it sparked a lot of debate, you know, alikuwa anakunywa coffee from an Arsenal cup, and it was so people, the fans are now all over the place. So hata easy draws zenye wanapata. Now this is a different one against Man City. And another thing, Man City never beat Spurs. We all
exactly
know. Man City versus Spurs, it's always different.
Actually, it's Spurs versus Manchester, the whole of Manchester.
The whole of Manchester, and the next one is Manchester United.
Exactly.
And I hope they do that on you.
Not this time actually.
Yeah, you can say that, but acha next week ifike. I hope kina Gladson watakuwa mkishinda, well and good. Give credit to where it's due, but mkishindwa mtakuwa merudishwa back to your placements and it will be so happy. But
finish up with the last ones as we go.
I finish up with the last ones. Yeah. So acha tukifinish up tu hivyo, you know, I just want to see Manchester United lose because this thing has been it's been too much. You know, nili humble ile wiki yenye hata sikukuja hapa. It's because I humbled. I gave them credit, but you know, it was too much. It was too unbearable. Like, awesome piga kelele all over the place. People are calling you left, right, and center just to tell you that Manchester United beat us. I know they won. So I feel like it's too unbearable, and I feel like they really need to drop points in the next game. So Tottenham Hotspur, even though hata wewe unajua support Man City ndio watukaribie. This time I am supporting Tottenham Hotspur. Ndio waweze kuwa frustrate. Anyway, whichever the result, as long as sisi tuna take our games at this one at a time, 3 points ndio ina matter, and I feel like that's it. It's just the Premier League, and Premier League haikosangi drama, so it's unpredictable. Venyata nasema I hope they drop points, but I don't know. Right now Manchester United are so good. It's so, hata mi kusema hivyo, I am putting my life on the line, like if they win I'll be in a bad place, but it's how the Premier League is. Anyway, to finish up, it's just to give a huge shout out to all the fans out there. Nimona comment section in Facebook. Teddy amechangamka. I think Mikey will read them. But Teddy hata nimeona amesema comment section hakuna hata banta leo, because wao walishinda, si tumeshinda, nyinyi mmeshinda.
We have got no Liverpool fan.
Yeah, we have got Liverpool ameshinda.
Man City fans
Man City na Tottenham. So kama kuna banta, it's just peace. But it is what it is. The Premier League, we just want to thank each and every person. Hata ile team yenye una support. Bring your feedback here, bring all the banter. We say no to banter, like as in atukatai banter hapa. So we appreciate all the information, all the insights zenye mnapeana hapo comment section. Mike atazisoma, and I just want to wish you a good weekend ahead. Najua imeanza na rough start with all that is happening kwa ground, with the transport thing and all that. That's why maybe we don't have some people here, but I just want to wish you a great weekend ahead, a blessed one to be precise. Just take one thing at a time. If you are planning on to do something, just take it one at a time, and God will bless you guys. God will be there for you, and I wish you a great weekend. And a sporty one. We'll be here same time, same place. Yeah.
Yes. Actually a week. Manu actually took a weekend. Manu got a very long weekend, right?
Yeah. It was a chill.
Gladson Obama says, Manu amejua kwa save so atokia na power. Tunamjua.
Simngekuja. Mngeka tu. Surely mlitaka nikuja last week na you have 3 Manchester United panelists here and 1 Arsenal. That wasn't fair.
What was the meaning of confidence? Come on.
No, that wasn't fair.
Duncan Agisa says this is a win for Manchester United this season.
Okay, sijaelewa hiyo.
Ni kama anamaanisha this is the season whereby we win the league. And I'm not the only one who's delusional here.
That's where delusion comes in. I feel like that's the problem with Manchester. That's the problem, man.
I think people should understand what Manchester is.
No,
and that is just
us.
No. We believe in our team. Whether we are down or
and that's why nasema tu next week mshindwe, because amwezi shinda game start with them mseme mtashinda league.
We are coming for the top spot, and that is just us. Someone Peter Beck says he's watching. Thank you so much. Teddy says, "Leo Banta Ikolo niko sure no one lost." Of course, and Chelsea are very happy.
Chelsea iko na bahati sana by the way.
Teddy asked me about us. Oh, this Liverpool lady is supposed to be doing the planning. I'll be working on that. Sorry, Teddy, I'll be working on that. And say, hapa najua kuna okay, sir. Marcos Martin says he's watching. Thank you so much for everybody who was watching. Everybody who has followed. You have seen Devin Jewel, Letitia Fandi, Kennedy Jumba, George Kayesi, thank you so much. Geoffrey Somba, Cynthia Nanjara, thank you. Elizabeth Kadhike, God bless you so much, and everybody who was taking part in the conversation. We love you so much. Let's meet here next week, same place, same time. And I believe the squad will be bigger because hakutakuwa na shida ya mgomo ya matatu. So thank you so much and have a beautiful week. Adios.
EBN TV, transforming